Welcome back. Welcome to our third segment, the trade of the week for June 15, 2024. As always, we like to look at the gaps. Now, what we have here, you see that on Monday and Tuesday, we nicely filled those small gaps. We had a big drawdown and then we actually filled that. But Wednesday, again, remember we had the FOMC. Now, we still have this big gap from Wednesday. Halfway gap is right around here. So one of the things you have to remember, we had the roll. So Monday comes, we have, again, we are moving to September on the futures. So basically we had this gap has to be filled, but half has been filled. So that's a little comfort. On Thursday, we had this little gap that was filled. On Friday, we filled our gap. So anyway, just watch for that. But our gap plays generally have worked well. Recall also on seasonality, we talked about, the day before FOMC generally is a positive. We buy it sometimes on Monday or on Tuesday morning and sell it about 10 a.m. on Wednesday. So just a food for thought. We also had our CPI trade. You can see this was a CPI range on Wednesday, and this is how it worked. So that was for Wednesday. We broke out and wasn't a big trade, and then we came back in. So we've just been hugging, we were hugging that upper edge of the CPI first 5 minutes. This is for end of Friday. You can see again as created a nice support and resistance. So it's been a magnet. Now, as far as the gold trade, what we can see here is last week what happened was we had this big drop, but then come Monday, if you recall, we did this is in a Harami. It's an inside day. So what that would have told you, all right, granted, we had this gap down. It was an ugly day, but you got to be careful because we always look at the second candle, and that tells us reversal. So you wouldn't have shorted the markets at that time. So now it has created a support, and that's what happened. The next day it actually opened up again. Then we got rejected. So now we are creating a nice wedge here. So watch this. If we break above this, then we are positive. If we broke below this, then it will continue going to about 200. Now, the question is, again, that's why we have our classes. Things like this happen. So now knowing inside and outside days, whether it's engulfing patterns or inside days like Harami, then that would have helped you. Also Bitcoin. So what we've had with Bitcoin, we are in a squeeze. So be aware of that. We broke below the 21-day moving average. So be aware of that. We still have upward sloping linear regression channel, but we still got room. But watch this squeeze, see which way it will go. And that takes us to, again, to our ETF of the week. The ETF of the week, the semiconductors, of course, they were the heroes. The SOX was up 5.5%. The iShares self-driving EVs, iDrive was down 5.7%. The technology XLK was up 5.4%. And Latin America, ILF, was down 5.7%. Now, let's talk about stocks. And now, NVIDIA, they did split on, as you know, Monday we were at split, and you would look at this and say, oh my God, based on the history, eventually after splits, they like to have a little correction and come down. So do I short the market, at least in the short term? The way you want to find your answers, I want to take a look at the 60 minutes and take a look at the candles. Now, in 60 minutes, this is after the earnings. You see, you had the gap up, and we were at about 100. Do you see any selling on candlesticks on Ichimoku above the cloud. We have the turning in the standard line. Any of these give you the conviction that the market is about to turn down. So watch the 60 minutes as a guidance for your daily decision. So far we are good. We like to have a consolidation. So just watch 60 minutes and then you can play your options as strategy for intermediate or short term. Also, Apple, look at this unbelievable day. So Monday, they were actually, the conference started, nothing happened. And then Tuesday, boom, boom, way outside expected move. So now what we want to watch is this candle. If we had talked about round numbers, right? We talked about 190, 195, 200. Now we actually hit the 220 and we reversed. So if you break below the low of this bar, this candle, then you want to watch maybe there is distribution. If you break above this, then that means we could go to that 220 again and maybe continue doing that. So watch this, our last candle from Friday. The other thing with Tesla, you can see Tesla has been respecting last few weeks. It's the upper and lower edge of expected move. So we did have that earning gap, and then basically what is happening is we are watching to see if it can hold. So one of the things you have to remember is huge squeeze. Now, momentum is down, so but you want to pay attention. And again, you want to go to look at the 60 minutes. So we've had a squeeze before. Now this is a long squeeze. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Could this go, momentum could take us down. So be careful with Tesla. Or if the momentum turns up, then we are still above the flat 21-day moving average. So that should be a good sign. But right now, watch that. As far as the squeeze of the week, I decided with the Dow Jones, we had three nice ones, the Goldman Sachs, Intel, and 3M. And last but not least, there's not a lot of earnings coming up, so it's going to be a little quiet, mostly in the home builders and housing. And so we have Lennar, KB Home, and then we also have CarMax, and in the restaurants we have Darden and Kroger, and in the house again, Lazy Boy. So with that in mind, I hope that was helpful. I'll wish you a wonderful week ahead till we see each other again. Thank you.